And watch who you have babies with, because what you see ain't all what you see. You have to get to know these women. And these young girls nowadays, they don't care. They don't have no morals, no value for themselves. They just want to be superstars. Be on the internet, be on the Instagram, be on Love and Hip Hop, and all of that mess. It's just crazy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Talk Podcast. So, before anybody gets offended, and I mean women, I need to say that this goes also for men. When this older lady said, watch who you are having babies with, we can also apply that on men, because you as the woman, you are the one who's going to get pregnant. You should be very careful and be quite picky about who you're giving your body to, who you're giving the most precious of your body, your womb, to create a life. So this is not just only women, but at the end of the day, if we think about it, it does affect the women the most. I wouldn't recommend any woman to get pregnant by a man whose actions are not showing you that he is going to be a great father, or even a man who told you he is not looking to become a father, or a man who has promiscuous background, dealing with multiple women, getting multiple women pregnant, but not stepping up. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the man who was talking about how he has 7 or 8 different women pregnant. He has 7 or 8 baby mamas. That's how we call it nowadays, baby mamas. And he said it himself. Women need to be more careful who they are sleeping with. So it does goes both ways, but at the end, you as the woman, you are the one who's getting pregnant. You are the one who's going to be the primary caretaker. You are the one who's carrying that child for 9 months, giving birth and, going through all those phases. So I would say both sides need to be in their right state of mind, need to be clear in mind, and need to understand what it means to create life. And both parties, men and women, need to be committed to that choice of creating life. It's not just about, oh, we're going to have fun now and yeah, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. No, that is definitely wrong, because the person who is going to be at great disadvantage and who's going to face hard times is that child growing up. And that child has nothing to do with your bad choices. But unfortunately, if you have done things the wrong way, if you chosen the wrong person to get pregnant by, unfortunately, that child is going to suffer from it. So I hope that makes sense. So now let's understand a bit more where this elderly lady is coming from, because I think what she is saying is 100% true. Nowadays, we have a lot of women who are so focused with themselves and would completely ignore all the consequences that could affect the child. They are putting themselves out there, highly promiscuous. They don't care about their reputation and how it can possibly affect the family or the child. All they care for is attention by all means and becoming famous and getting quick money without having to put a lot of effort. So over the years now, we have been seeing how showing your body on the internet, tapping into OnlyFans and all those kinds of things have become so normalized in our society. And of course, if you show yourself like that, there's always going to be a group of men who will enjoy it, who will support it, who will support it financially, because they are gaining something also. They're gaining the entertainment and whatever else they're gaining, but they are not going to choose to respect you or to commit to you. So nowadays, you will see that women in certain industries, celebrities, musicians, dancers, your Instagram influencers, all that group and more, are willing to do things that is going to damage the mental health and the family status and their reputation, all because they are gaining attention and making a buck. And what this lady is saying by watch out who you choose to be the mother of your child, that is very important. So there is a misunderstanding of some people trying to meet together, trying to match together, trying to become a couple, even though they know they have completely different values. So let me give you an example. There is a man who has boundaries and he cares more for traditional values, but he maybe is interested in dating a woman who is very good looking, but she's on the internet, she's an Instagram model perhaps, and they start their interaction, they're going on dates, and he is in love with the appearance, right? So it might happen that he's going to look over all the other things that comes along with it. It's not just that she's beautiful, it's also that she's entertaining other men online. It's also that she's selling herself online. It's also that she is willing to put your reputation and her reputation at risk just to get attention. It's also that she is not willing to submit to your values, and over the time that is going to clash, because these are two different people with two different value systems, and they're forcing themselves to make it work. And if that couple now gets a child, now you're facing the situation of how can we both decide how to raise this child? What are the boundaries and values that we are trying to teach this child so the child is on the best path in life? So for the man in that case, in this example, he might not want his child to be on the internet. He might not want his child, especially when it's a girl, to be dressed in a certain way. He might not want his daughter to entertain men in a certain age, or, whatever the case may be. But she, on the other hand, she sees life completely different. For her, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal allowing the daughter to show off her cleavage, or to put a lot of makeup, or to talk and dress a certain way, or to be out at certain times. So sooner or later, the family structure is going to suffer from this, because you have two people who never were on the same path. And there's a real great example of a celebrity couple, that was Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. I'm not saying that he's a highly traditional man and he's a great man. No, I think he has a lot of issues with himself. But it turned out that he picked a woman, got married to a woman who has shown him how she is and how she moves around life, who has recorded herself having intercourse with someone else and actually profit from it, because purposely shared it on the internet. The way she dresses is very provocative, or she is a person who's willing to put her physical body at risk to attain a certain look. She's also someone who is always surrounded by different men and enjoys the attention. She's not your typical traditional wife. And once they broke up and got divorced, he started facing the fear of, oh no, my daughter is going to be negatively influenced. And some of the issues he had was he doesn't want his young daughter to be on certain platforms, to interact in a certain way on certain platforms, and that was Instagram and TikTok. He doesn't want her daughter to be influenced by the things that are going on that platform. But how are you going to fight that now? Because she has, first of all, she has the rights to also decide. I think the daughter lives with her. I'm not sure how it is with who has the rights in terms of custody and so on. But at the end of the day, his biggest fears have turned into reality because the daughter is showing herself on TikTok and other platforms, and the daughter is interacting with people that he would have loved to protect her from. The other day, her daughter was seen with this other female rapper, and they were doing, things in front of the camera that he just felt uncomfortable with. And she's a young girl. To her, that's just fun, right? You see the clicks, you see the comments, you see your friends are hyping it, you see people are enjoying what you're doing. To a child, in a child's mind, it's all just fun. They don't really see the consequence. They don't see how certain behaviors can shape your character and also shape the path that you're going to follow in life. So it is very important for both sides to understand who they are in a relationship with. But for the woman, it is even more important. Like, the man needs to know, what type of woman am I in a relationship with? Because this woman is not only going to be your girlfriend or your wife, she's going to be the mother of your children. She's going to be the first and biggest influence towards your children. And if you have a woman who doesn't care about boundaries, who doesn't have self-respect, who doesn't care about, oh, maybe I shouldn't dress up like this, maybe I shouldn't talk like this, maybe I shouldn't be putting myself promiscuously out there, or maybe I shouldn't put my family at risk just because I am gaining attention and all that stuff. You need to be aware about that, because it is damaging to that child. A woman has so much power influencing her children, especially when it's a girl. But you see that with women who have sons as well. You see it nowadays, a lot of women are feminizing their sons because they are raising them with the idea of what they think is fun to them and putting that on the son, right? I have seen a lot of videos of women dressing their son with, like, they're doing their makeup, and the son is next to them, and they're teaching the son to talk like them the way they talk, and listening to the same music that they're listening to, and doing the same weird dances that they're doing. At the end, some people might think, oh, what is that? It's not a big deal. It's just a dance. It's just playful, right? But it can influence a child character-wise, and definitely the path that child is going to move on. You see a lot of young boys today are weak because the mothers don't allow the fathers to discipline the children and to set boundaries. Because in a woman's head, and this is not even offensive, but we just want to have fun. We think everything should be fun, and life is all about feelings. And so primarily we just really don't think about it in a negative way, but you always need someone who's going to shut it down and who's going to say, look, we are adults and we have a different role in this child's life. I mean, I have seen some video clips on the internet where a young daughter in her teens would set up the camera and call her mom, and the mom would stand behind her, and the girl is starting to do some dances, and at first it starts off really cute, like you wouldn't think anything bad about it, and then suddenly she turns around and she starts shaking her body, shaking her booty and twerking, and the mom is behind her hyping it. Yeah, you go, girl. And sometimes you would see the moms also doing the same thing. While if you see the same videos, when the girls would want to do the same thing, but their dads are behind it, and the dads, you can see they look completely confused. They don't even know what's going to happen now. And the moment the daughter starts shaking her bum, the dad claps the phone down, like they want to shut it down. They don't want to allow this. So you just see a big difference in how men set boundaries while raising a child, and how women are more open and kind of shy away from having rules and structure and boundaries. However the case may be, guys, I hope you understand where I'm coming from, and I wish you a good one. Bye.